Hey everyone, I'm back, this time with a review of Max Factor's beautiful new Creme Puff blushes. They are amazing. This is the press release for them and kind of the picture that's been released with the blushes. I just love these. There are 6 in total. I do have all 6, so I was kind of excited to pop on and give you my thoughts and do some swatches of them in case you were interested. They are, I believe, $8.99 each, which may seem a little bit steep, but the thing is with the Creme Puff blushes is that they are a baked formula, so they're going to last you a little bit longer anyway. I think they're probably the most beautiful blushes I've seen on the high street. No joke. This is really quite like revolutionary of Max Factor to come out with something that is kind of like a baked formula, because they look very, very much like a few MAC MSFs. So I think it's really, really interesting. The idea behind the Creme Puff blushes is that they are not just blushes, they are blending, sweeping and sculpting. They're kind of like contouring but with colour. And it's really interesting actually, this press release. I read it online but then I was sent the actual press release. It's very, very interesting. And this has been featured on the runway a lot. Max Factor obviously have been kind of pioneering this. The idea is that with these blushes you can kind of not only add colour, but you can add light and you can add dimension, because they do have shimmer in them. Some of them I'll show you in a minute. Some of them are kind of like quite dark. I have one on today which is Alluring Rose. So the idea is that they're not just blushes that you pop on the apples of your cheek like everybody tells you to do. They're kind of more for sculpting out your face. So I love the idea of that. I think they're really revolutionary. So yeah, let's get on to the blushes and I'll show them to you and give you some swatches. So first of all, I'll start with the one I am wearing. They look like this in case you haven't seen them. They're available in Boots and Superdrug, and they are beautiful. They're stunning. I absolutely fell in love with them when I first saw the pictures coming out of these. They are gorgeous, but I haven't really heard that much about them. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of get them all and do a little review for you in case you were curious about them. They are so beautiful. I mean, they're so beautiful. I've had these for a month, a little bit less maybe, and I've just been using them all the time. They're really right up my alley because they've got a sheen to them. They're like high intensity sheen, but the colours are really universal. There's something here for every single skin tone. The one I'm wearing, as I said, is Alluring Rose, which would be perfect on darker skin tones, but it's really lovely, and that's kind of the idea of the blushes. It's really lovely on pale skin tones like myself, because it kind of gives, as you can see, this like sculpted luminous effect. It's not just a bog standard blush. So Alluring Rose looks like this, and I love these. They're so unbelievably pretty. Look at the veining in them. I mean, I've never really seen anything like that in the UK on the high street that was like as pretty. Look at that one. So Alluring Rose, as you can see, is very much a deep kind of rose with gold veining running through it. Beautiful. You see, it's got like this beautiful bronzy berry dimension to it that's just gorgeous. So that's that one. The next one I have is also one of the darker shades, which I just adore. This is Gorgeous Berries and it looks like this. And this is so stunning. Absolutely stunning. I mean, it's just beautiful. I've been really loving these darker shades from the Creme Puff blush range because it's just, they give so much impact. It's not just a blush. It's like a highlighter and a blush and a contour all in one. It's really weird. I don't know how they've done it, but they've done it very well. So this is Gorgeous Berries. Isn't that beautiful? This doesn't have so much like shimmer in it. It's more of a sheen. As you can see, there's not too much like glittery veining, but the veining that there is kind of like a pinky veining, which is really beautiful. Isn't that stunning? Oh, they're so beautiful, so pigmented, but you can also use a light hand with them. It just depends on the brush you use, and I'll get into the brush I've been using with these in a moment, because I found it's the best brush to apply them with. The next one is Lavish Mauve, which I really, really like. I like Lavish Mauve. It's this beautiful, like light, kind of cool toned pink. It's really very unusual, so I like this. And this is more, I feel, like a highlighting shade. And once again, as you can see, there's no glitter in this one. It's just kind of like a pale kind of silvery pinkish veining. You can see what I mean about them looking like the MAC MSFs. They're just beautiful. The bottom one, it's more of like a highlighty shade, but still very, very pigmented. The next one I have, which is actually the last one I got because I got two of the same, so I kind of had to get this one because I'm like, oh no, I don't have that one. So this is Seductive Pink, which I think is going to be quite popular with people for the summer because it's just this beautiful, like, it's kind of like a corally pink. It's really pretty. So this is Seductive Pink, which I haven't swatched yet, actually, would you believe? And this is so, so pretty. This is more, it's got more of like a goldy vein undertone running through it. More gold than the other one I just swatched. So this is Seductive Pink. It's just the one there. So that's what that looks like. I think that one's going to be really popular with people. It's so unbelievably pretty. Now I have two of these. It's a long story, but I do have two of these, and I thought I would get the one out that I haven't used yet to show you the difference in the veining, because it doesn't matter whether it's the same shade, because they're baked, you'll get a different veining depending on which one you pick up in the store, which I love. So this is one, I think this might be my favourite. This is Nude Mauve. This is the first one I used, and it is absolutely stunning. So if I just, oh, try not to blind you, you can see the difference in the veining. This is the one I've used and this is the new one. If I just open it for you, you can kind of see what I mean, because I like baked blushes for that particular reason, because they're not the same, you know, they're very like unique to themselves in the way that they come out after they're baked. So this is the same shade. You see what I mean? Like, you wouldn't think it, would you? The veining's totally different. I like the fact that even though they kind of look similar, you know, they're quite different. So yeah, let me just swatch Nude Mauve for you because I love this one. This is the shade I've been using on its own without a highlighter, because it just highlights the skin beautifully. You don't need a highlighter, and for me to say that is shocking, but you really don't. It's like this beautiful, look at that, light kind of angel pink. It's gorgeous, but it has enough kind of brown in it to make it, to kind of anchor it, if you see what I mean. It's not just like a load of shimmer. So that's, this is very difficult. That's that one there. Just here. That is Nude Mauve. You see that, the shimmer in that's just amazing, but it's not like glitter, it's just a sheen. So I think that's probably my favourite one. And then the last and final creme puff blush I have from Max Factor is Lovely Pink, and it looks like this. And this is much more of a like Barbie pink, I think, than the Seductive Pink. It's more kind of like goldy. I love it, it's so pretty. So let me swatch this. And this does have some noticeable kind of glitter particles in it, but I don't really think I haven't noticed them kind of translating on the skin, which is quite nice. So that is Lovely Pink down the bottom there. As you can see, noticeably lighter than the others, but I think that's kind of the point, because as I said, they're full contouring and like highlighting as well as adding colour. So I think that one is just beautiful. It'd be gorgeous for spring. As I said, I'd mentioned the brush I've been using with these because I found it was a lot easier to use this type of brush than it was to use a regular, or like a blush brush or an angle blush brush or anything that was kind of fluffy. Something dense really picks up all the kind of layers and the duality of the pigment. So something like this, which is the Sedona Lace 480, just works phenomenally. So I just dip it in the pan and then kind of stamp it onto my face and then blend it out, and it just picks up absolutely everything really nicely. It doesn't kind of lose its dimension, because these are hugely multifaceted, these blushes. They're just beautiful. They're not the regular run-of-the-mill blush. If you can get to Superdrug Boots, go and swatch them because they're stunning. So I've been enjoying using the Sedona Lace 480 just because it really picks up the shimmer and the colour and all the different kind of aspects of each blush. So that's what I've been using. It's just like a tip. If you've got a brush like this, like a round top kabuki, definitely give that a go. So those are the Max Factor Creme Puff blushes. I think they're absolutely stunning. I think they're gorgeous. I would say that my favourite one is the Nude Mauve, and I would probably recommend maybe seductive pink to people because I think it's a nice starter shade. The nude mauve is kind of if you really like a lot of highlight, which I do. But I think the seductive pink would just look lovely on everyone. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave a list of the names and the stockist you can get it from. As I said, Boots and Superdrug. I think they're amazing. They're just the best things I've come across recently in the makeup world. I think they're just phenomenal. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions, please leave me a comment down below and I'll try and answer it for you. And yeah, let me know if you're going to pick them up. Let me know if you already have some of them and what you think. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.